Van packed with Chinese migrants stopped in Florida. 2 have been arrested. This is a suggestion via Discord. Let's check it out. Let's jump into it, guys.
All right, when we talk about illegal immigration, a lot of people assume all those illegal...
Whoa,
All right, when we
what was
talk
that?
about illegal immigration, a lot of people assume all those illegal immigrants are from Latin America,
No, hopefully they're not. They're from all over the world now, guys. Our border was open to the whole planet.
but that's not the case. Illegal immigrants are actually from all over the world, including China. Encounters with Chinese nationals coming here illegally grew by 5,000% just from 2021 to last year. That's more than a blip. It's a trend.
Yeah.
And it's playing out all over the country, including in Florida, where Chinese migrants are being smuggled into the state. For the second
How?
time this month, police stopped vans carrying migrants in Coral Gables, a wealthy Miami suburb, and 26 Chinese nationals and 2 smugglers were arrested.
In one
Are they
van?
simply desperate individuals looking for a better life, or are they potentially spies or saboteurs sent as agents of the Chinese Communist Party?
Oh, that's a loaded question there, guys.
Joining us now is senior national correspondent Brian Enton with more details on the Florida arrest. Do we have any idea where all these Chinese migrants are coming from and why?
Yeah, we're trying to figure out, Elizabeth, and ICE is too, where they're coming from and where they're going. It's very interesting what's been happening here in Coral Gables, though, because as you mentioned, this is a very fancy, wealthy part of Miami. You've got the Biltmore Hotel. The Vizcaya Estate isn't far from here. These houses behind me are tens of millions of dollars. And now for the second time in 2 weeks, there were these white vans pulled over here in the neighborhoods of Coral Gables, and inside them were dozens and dozens of Chinese migrants and also smugglers. They were stopped yesterday, and then 2 weeks before that, very, very similar, another white van. The police chief here says they believe that these migrants were dropped off somewhere in the area along the water, along the Atlantic Ocean here. And it's interesting when you dig into it, there's this issue with the Caribbean right now, Elizabeth. China is buying up thousands and thousands of acres of land in the Caribbean, places like Antigua, the Bahamas. It's being called America's third border, and we're told that's a place where these Chinese migrants stop on their way to Florida. We spoke with Congressman John Molinar. He is the chairman of the Select Committee of the CCP. He is aware of this. Listen to what he told us, Elizabeth.
All right, let's go.
In the case of the Chinese, you don't know the affiliation with the Chinese Communist Party, and that's the concern, because the Chinese Communist Party will leverage Chinese nationals to do things that are nefarious and against the interests of the United States.
It's plausible. I wouldn't say every single one of the individuals that have come here are probably associated to that, but it's definitely very plausible what he's stating here.
Nationals to do things that are nefarious and against the interests of the United States.
Right.
And an interesting twist here in Coral Gables,
Knowing the
Elizabeth, is
CCP,
it's actually
yeah.
neighbors who have been tipping off authorities. They've been calling 911. In the recent case, a neighbor actually thought there was a kidnapping happening, saw them moving these Chinese migrants from a car into the white van right on the street, called the police, said, I think I see a kidnapping. Police come out and realize that it's this smuggling operation.
Yeah,
Elizabeth?
and Brian, it's not just Florida. We've seen video of Chinese migrants walking across the border in California as well from Mexico. It's unclear how many of these people are trying to escape the Communist Party in China and how many of these people might be working on behalf of the Communist Party in China.
That is super valid. Both of these guys are actually coming up with like really valid points here. But also keep this in mind here. China does not take back their deportees. All right. Like they have nowhere to go. So when these individuals come into the United States of America, they're absolutely happy. Why? Because they can't be sent back. There needs to be a way to do something, because China is not going to do any type of business with the United States of America in any meaningful way to take back the people that have ran from China. So now, is it plausible that there's a gigantic portion of the people that have come here that are part of some type of like secret super spy, CCP underground organization, let's say? Absolutely. It's plausible, but I would not say all of them. A lot of the people that have come, specifically referring to Chinese migrants at least, are just trying to escape China. But still, again, guys, we cannot take the world's population. All right, like I understand the reasoning behind it, but it doesn't change the fact that we cannot take the world's population. Let's continue.
Yeah, exactly. And we don't know the answer. You heard the congressman there say the concern is if some
I mean,
of
you
them
can
are
ask
working
them.
on behalf of the CCP,
Oh, no, they're not gonna
and
say
then
it.
where are they going in
Never
the
mind.
country? Remember, we did the story in Oklahoma. You've got
Right.
the illegal Chinese pot grow houses there. I mean, there's all sorts of little issues happening all over the country where these people are funneled out to. In terms of this Florida group, where they were going, all that's under investigation.
All right, so we've now traced them from farms in remote and rural Oklahoma to fancy schmancy neighborhoods in Coral Gables, Florida.
Yeah.
Brian Enton, who knows where they'll turn up next. Thank you so much.
All right, guys. All right, decent piece here. Like, I've always wondered it because I did watch. A lot of you guys have sent me like a lot of these interviews of some of the people that were Chinese that were coming through the southern border, and I was wondering, like, bro, what's going on here? Why are there so many? And this is before I even knew that that was even a thing. Because to my knowledge, I always basically thought that the people that were coming through the southern border, they were all like from like Mexico, Central America, and along with South America. I thought that's just what it was here. And then you guys started sending me all these videos, and then I come to find out that no. How dare my ignorance? I saw people from East Africa walking through that southern border, and I was just like, oh no, we have a problem. All right. And it was for a while. I just was not, I don't know, maybe I was too ignorant to kind of see the downside in all these things. And I think that was when I, my mindset kind of just slightly changed, I say, towards this topic, right? Because I'm just like, listen, I have in fact immigrated to multiple places. I have done that. I've paid all the things. I get it. It's very expensive in some places. America is one of these expensive places that people just don't want to do things legally, unfortunately, because it's that expensive. And it takes that long, right? But guys, what are they expecting of us? They want to come here and what is it? What is it that we're doing? Obviously, giving everything to people. I think that's probably the main issue here. I'm just sitting there brainstorming here. I don't fully understand it. Other than that, they're just entitled to what we have, type of thing, guys. Right? But either way, listen, guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I would love to know exactly who is doing the smuggling. Let's say, where are they going? Is there something potentially nefarious going on? We do know that recently the Chinese government, along with Chinese nationals, have been purchasing a lot of like open land, let's say near military bases, pretty much all around the United States of America. A lot of the people that are coming, in fact, are like military aged men. So there are a couple of like intriguing things kind of about it, but I don't want to sit here and put a blanket over every single person that we're seeing here, right? Because that's ignorant. But all right, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly. The fact that you just made it to the end of the video says a whole lot, actually. We have a couple other channels. MrLboyd Music, MrLboyd Movie Reacts, along with MrLboyd Discusses, where I just generally speak about the things that specifically matter to me. But in the meantime, I'll catch you guys later.